Coates 9500 coming at you. How's everybody out there doing tonight? No, it's getting late, but I say, you know what, I'll stop by just to see what everybody's up to tonight on this Wednesday night going into Thursday. We'll wait for some people to get in here. Well, it shouldn't take too long. Should it? Where's everybody tonight? Come on in, the 9000 series is here. One of your only last van dwellers out there living the dream. Huh? Yeah. One of your last ones. Where are these other fly-by-night people, huh? You see, I'm not a fly-by-night because I'm still around. And I still got my van. Huh? And boy, there's a lot to be said about that, huh? That's right. See, some people say, oh, I'm going to get a van. I'm going to get a whatever, a camper. And I'm going to get out there and do it. Well, they do for a little while, but then they go belly up. You see, your legend, your living legend is still here. You can go back to 2015 when I started out, which is not that long, but it's still, it will be in October 10 years. 10 years is a long time. Yeah, that's right. You don't see these other people around for 10 years. If you do, they've got every PayPal link, every Cash App, everything connected to their channel. And they're just barely making it. Barely. Yeah. These fly-by-night people. That's what I call them. I'll be one of the last ones to go, I promise you that. I promise you that. Me and this old bucket of bolts have still got some more traveling to do. And it's coming. It's coming. You better believe it's coming. I don't give a damn. Old Man Thunder, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Coates? Thanks for coming in. I haven't seen you before. Never seen that account in here before. But thanks for coming in. See, a lot of people just watch my channel. They don't comment. That's alright too, but you know. Let's see. That Ford has served you very well over the years. Yeah, it has. Man, the van was old when I got it. You go back, let's see, how many years is it now? 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. 34 years old. 34 years ago. Heck, I was only like 11 years old when this van was new. 11 years old I was when this van was brand new. 1991. Imagine that. Cobra John, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well out there. Hey, Gerald, how's things? Things are all right. I'm doing all right. And, you know, everything seems to be all right as of right now. I mean, there's going to be problems along the way, but as of right now, everything's all right. A lot of problems I can fix, and some of them I might not be able to fix, but depends on what they are. But I don't worry about it. I just live for the here and now. Whatever's going to happen, I can't stop it. You know? But, anyways, I see a lot of people, though, living in cars and minivans. I'd like to show you around where I am now, but due to some bad people that are stalkers and harassers, you know, I just make videos and post them after I leave here. But I do see a lot of people living in just regular cars and minivans. You know, it seems like it's growing. It seems like it's growing every year. I can't say there's less, but I can say there's more. And they don't have a camper, like a nice Class B camper van like I've got. They've got just a car, Toyota Camry, you know, a GMC Yukon. They've got a minivan. And that's what you see out here in the parking lot. You know? I'm from Naples, Florida. I love Naples. I went down there. I love that place. That place is awesome. Really nice. But I do see it growing. As years go by, I'm still living in my van. I see these people, a lot of younger people, some of them probably in their mid-20s maybe, and just trying to, because you know what, still, there's going to be a big problem, and it's a big problem, it has been a problem, and it's getting bigger. The problem's not getting smaller, it's getting bigger, because there's not enough housing. It's the housing departments, you know, that's their problem, and a lot of other people's problem. There's not enough housing for everybody. And people that do want to get a place don't have enough money to pay for it. They don't have, you know, $1,500 a month. Every month. And keep their car going, buy their groceries, you know, all the stuff that goes with it besides your rent. That's why they're living in a car. That's what I believe. Or a minivan or a Ford Explorer. That's why they're doing it. Because otherwise they'd be living if they could get it, they'd be living in an apartment for $1,500 a month. Ace Carson, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Coates. Dude, it's growing way too fast. Yeah, it is. You know, I move around a little bit here, you know, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and I do occasionally, once in a while, get over to Rhode Island. You just see more and more people. More and more living, mostly not campers, just regular cars. I saw one guy the other, what was it? A few nights back, I didn't mention it to you guys, he had a bunch of towels. He took a bunch of towels and put them in his windows, and he rolled the windows up, and he had just towels in it. You could tell that he was sleeping in it or living in it. And there's just towels in the windows, which I guess that's all you got. That's all you got. Hunting Coyotes, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the stream. Nice, good van. Is two-car camping. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't want to live in a car because it's not enough room. If I had to do that, you can take a price of a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord and take the price of a minivan. And the minivan is basically, we talked about this many times, the same as a car, and it will give you more room to sleep. You know? And you can still drive for Grubhub and Uber Eats with your minivan. It's the same as it's like a car van. And if I have to go that route, I will definitely buy a minivan. I'll definitely, if something was to happen and I couldn't keep this van anymore or something, it just falling apart too much, then I might take that route. But for now, my old dinosaur, it's still got a lot more traveling to do. We ain't giving up on the dinosaur just yet. Not that old Forge. No way. Chuck, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the stream. Hi, codes. Can't watch. You videos working till 2 a.m. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. I enjoy your travel videos much more than your drama videos. Just saying. Yeah, I get a little bit of everything. Try not to do too much drama. I try to keep it serious, but you know, there's like you know, a certain group of people out there that are, you all know who they are. They just like to harass me, and basically harassment, which they've been doing for, it's the same group. It's the same group of people that have been doing this for the last 5+ years. But you know what? It doesn't mean anything because they're getting nowhere. Where has that gotten them? Where has that gotten them? Nowhere. Not a single, they haven't gained any ground. Because if they gained ground, I wouldn't be here. But like I've always said, when I get ready to leave YouTube, it'll be on my terms. And I'm not ready to leave. It'll be on my terms, not theirs. They're just a bunch of losers. A lot of these people don't even have a camper. They don't even have a car. They're living on government housing. You know? Let's see here. I understand. Can't let those fools get away with it. No, they're not getting away with anything. They think they are, but they're not. Cobra John says only drama here is about Robert Teeling and no one cares about him. Yeah, nobody cares about that guy. That guy is old news. Old news. You know? That person is I've seen a lot of people in real life, and I've seen a lot of people on the internet. And that person, Robert Teeling, is the biggest nut job of them all. Nut job. You know, I never see anybody complain so much. Everybody complains maybe a little bit, but complain so much as that person. All the time. Complaining. You know, your life is what you make it. You don't try to make your life somebody else's problem. Like, this person tries to take their problems and make it all onto us. You know, all onto the people watching the channel. That don't work. That don't work. It's your fucking life. And grow up if you can. Or check yourself into the nut. Why don't you just do us all a favor, Tasha, Robert, whatever you want to call yourself, and just check yourself into the house. The nut house. Where you belong. Under 24-hour supervision. You know, they like to get you triggered. They like to get you triggered for their content. Yeah, that's right. Content. It's all you do your own. Yeah, I got my own thing going. You know, it's they're trying to. It doesn't work because I can see right through them. I've been around the block. I've been on here long enough. You know. So. See here. Trump 2032 says, check your Tasha. Yeah. This person is actually a threat to their own life and a threat to the public. You know, dangerous person, in my opinion. And those dogs really need a decent home to live. Imagine being one of those dogs and have to live with a total nutcase. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If I was one of those dogs, either one of them, I would run away. You'd be better off with a stranger picking you up than being with Tasha. Chuck says, I'll check in later if you're still on. Have a safe night. I'll buy you a coffee. Working 70 hours. Okay, thanks, Chuck. I appreciate you coming in. I don't drink coffee, but thanks for the offer. Let's see here. Yeah. RV Davey gets messed with a lot too, and he's okay. Yeah, they mess with him all the time. You know? There was a nutcase, Tasha Teeling, as a lot of you know, went and assaulted that guy. Now, if you don't like somebody, that's one thing. But when you actually physically show up to their camper and throw a cigarette down on their carpet and assault them, you know, I don't have no use for people like that. This person should be in jail for that. This person should be in jail for assaulting their own son. Assaulting their own son and assaulting RV Davey. You know, come assault me, motherfucker. If that had been me, it'd have been a whole different thing. If that, I wouldn't. You would have been you've been on YouTube. That son of a bitch would have been down to the hospital. I don't give a fuck. I tell the cops. I tell the state police right in front of them. I said, somebody comes and puts their hands on me, I'm going to defend myself. And RV Davey had every right to defend himself, but he's an old man. He's crippled. You know, he's crippled up. He can't really fight. But if that fucker come and insulting me like that, you better believe there'd be about fucking 10 cops out there and the EMS would be here in the fucking parking lot. You better fucking believe it. And you better have a gun if you think you're going to win. That's how I deal with it. But this person feeds on crippled people. They said back quite 2 or 3 years back, when I was in Chicopee, Massachusetts, they were coming right down. What am I going to do about it? I said, you know what? I'm right here in the Walmart parking lot in Chicopee. Show up, motherfucker. You know where that son of a bitch went? Right down Interstate 95 to New Jersey, get back to Florida. Told everybody on the internet, I'll go over there right now. What's he going to do about it? I told him, come on. Show up. They didn't show up. Shows you, if I tell somebody I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. But I'm not going to go around and assault people. But if somebody shows up at my van or my camper with violence, they're going to get it right back. You better believe it. And I'll tell the cops just what I did. I won't go behind them neither. Better believe it. Let's see here. Tasha. Yeah, that person's crazy. You're dealing with something, and the cops know it. It's not a matter if something's going to happen to this person. It's just a matter of when. A matter of when. I mean, it's like a ticking time bomb, right? Eventually it's going to go off. Just a total nutcase. Really, really out there. Cuckoo. You know? Gotten away with a lot of stuff, you know, that they should be in jail for, in my opinion. Because if you show up at somebody's RV and assault them, some old man, the guy's crippled up, he can't even fight. You know he can't fight. You know? And do that to somebody, you should be in jail. Man, common sense. If they come show up at my fucking RV, there'll be 10 fucking cops in this fucking parking lot and an EMS to pick them up. You better believe it. And I'll tell the court system and the whole gang about YouTube and about these motherfuckers. But to this day, and I've been on YouTube practically 10 years, not one of them, tough guys on the internet, showed up at my RV with violence. Not one of them. Not one. They talk a good game on the YouTube, but they never showed up. Not one of them. And I'm not saying I'm the baddest cat on the block, but you show up at my RV, and you fuck with me, it's gonna be game on. I promise you that. And I'll tell the cops what happened. And I'll tell the cops I got every right to defend myself. Do what you want to do. But they don't show up. They just talk. I'm not going to show up at their RV. I'm not going to be the aggressor. You know? I'm going to let them keep talking. Let them keep lying. Show up. If they show up, it will be a real deal. I promise you. And like I said, right now, basically, those two little dogs are being abused. This person can't even take care of themselves. They can't even take care of themselves. And they got two dogs in a van. Imagine that. I bet there's bed bugs in there. I bet there's fucking ants in that van. Nasty mother. This person publicly, just the other day, got up here on one of their stupid fucking live streams and said they haven't took a shower in 3 days. How fucking disgusting, nasty fucking pig are you, Tasha? For you to get up there publicly and say you haven't took a shower in 3 days? Get the fuck out of here. You gotta be locked up in a mental institution, running around loose, stinking and smelling. Bet your fucking van smells just like dog shit. Loser. You ain't a van dweller. You were never a van dweller. You're just a tramp and a beggar. That's all you are. And you like to play tough guy with certain people. You won't play tough guy with me. I promise you that. Let's see. Are you still doing any log? No, I'm not logging anymore. I mean, I would like to be, but I'm not. But, you know. So. Let's see here. Quinn says, let's see here. 9,500, is there a wrench available in the toolbox? One day, hand out would you give this old? Yeah, I've got plenty of wrenches. I mean, I've got double sets of my open end wrenches. I got double sets, combination wrenches, stubby wrenches, double sets of metric, double sets of SAE. I've got plenty of tools. We all know that. I'm still waiting on some to come in this month. That soldering iron is supposed to be here soon, and the extra tips and the cleaner, which I did get that today. I got that, but I didn't get the soldering iron yet. I'm waiting on that. Let's see here. I got a lot of tools stolen from my work. Sometimes it's hard to replace them when I pay bills. Yeah, it is hard to replace good tools like Milwaukee or Icon. You know, it is. It does cost. I mean, you could spend $500 like nothing on tools, and it's not hard to do. You know, but if you go cheap with cheap tools, they fall apart. I mean, it's just Milwaukee's great. You know, Milwaukee, Icon, Klein Tools is great. I mean, Craftsman used to be really great. Craftsman used to be one of the best. You know, the made in the USA ones. Now they're made in China. They kind of went downhill. I want a wrench too. Let's see here. 9,500, is there a repair shop to change? Changing oil. Changing oil in the Honda generator is easy. That's easy. That's not hard to do. I don't know what kind of a generator, what kind of Honda you got, but that's easy to change. Oil changes, brakes, depending on what kind of vehicle you got. I mean, something like I've got here, it's pretty easy to work on, the old Fords. Can you do a video on changing the oil in the Honda generator? I think I've made videos on it. If you go back in my videos, you're going to see them. I'll make one. When I get ready to do it, I've already done it, but when I do it again, I'll make a video. It's easy. Especially those little inverter generators. They're a piece of... They're not hard. I lose 7/16 wrench all the time. 10 millimeters, another one. The old 10 millimeter. People lose those all the time because they're pretty popular. Let's see here. Cobra John says, don't have wrenches. I've quite a few years here. Yeah, I've known Cobra John for quite a long time. I mean, I've known some of the rest of you as well, but this guy's been here for a long, long, long time. And a trustworthy person. I'm not saying you guys, not some of you other guys are not, but this guy's been, you know, and I don't need a lot of wrenches. You know, like I need myself, and I need one moderator. Now, if my channel was to get really big, and I had a lot of people coming in here, then I'd have to bump it up and get some more moderators. But I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate Quinn. I appreciate all you guys. John Langford, all you guys. John Langford says codes. It's going all right. I'm still out here living in the van. You know, and there's a lot to be said about it. But I'm doing all right. I'm not doing excellent, great, but I'm doing all right. Like I say, I've got a lot of knowledge in a lot of different things. And mechanic work is one that I really like the best. And, then electrical and plumbing and stuff. But the mechanical stuff, I try to figure that out best I can and learn as much as I can. And I have learned a lot over the years. But these old Fords are not really that bad to work on. These old Fords from 1987 to 1991, we'll bump it up a little bit. From 1987 to 1996, and the cutoff is 1996. F-250 pickups, F-350s, cargo vans, Ford trucks, and they're not that hard to work on. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. Let's see. We appreciate you being us. Van life. Explorers. Subs. Begging. Yeah, I don't beg for any money. I just come on here to chat with you guys. Sometimes I don't show up for a long time, and sometimes I'm back here. But I'm not gonna be out here on this thing for begging for money. I'm not doing that. I never did that. I'm not gonna do that. John Langford says, I've been sub to you for years. I don't tune in as much as I used to, but I still watch. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate the people that have subbed to my channel and that tune in and watch the videos. Like I say, sometimes I'm not around for a while, but then I'm back. Because if I'm doing something else, not related to YouTube, and it's making me money, sometimes I just don't share it. Because there's certain bad people that try to, just try to screw up things. And they're out there. So I share what I want to share. Come on when I want. But, I still remember all the good people. I won't forget about you. You're not forgotten. Let's see. Being a moderator isn't a big deal. I'm not on a power trip. Just use common sense. Yeah. Cobra John, if he sees somebody coming in here spamming the chat or being very, very obnoxious towards me or other channel people, other people in the chat chatting, you just get rid of them. If I don't catch it, And like I said, I don't have a lot of people coming in. What, we got 18, 20 people. If it was like 300 or 400 people coming in here, then that'd be another story, But, Bam, yeah. We'll give them the bam just like that. Let's see here. What else we got here? You've always yourself for not accepting money. Yeah, I don't beg for money. I figure I got my own money and I'm not greedy. You know, I'm not rich. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm out here with, $50,000 in my pocket. But, whatever I've got. I figure it like that. Like I said, I'm not greedy. Some people have got money in their pocket and they'll still beg for money. You know? So it's I don't know. I didn't want to get involved in that. So I keep it free. It's free for people to come in here and it's free for me to come on here chat. I don't want the money because I got my own money. I got enough money to get by. That's all I care about. You know? So Lumberjack 9500, been cutting down trees on let's see here. We were there when you were doing cutting down trees up there. Yeah, I used to do quite a bit. And then I got out of it, and I haven't been doing that for a while. So, I mean, I could do it again. It's like riding a bike; you never forget it. Remember Dave the Fisherman? I was even a mod on his channel, laughing out loud. Only person I ever kicked was Elvis Travels. Yeah, I remember Dave the Fisherman. Yeah, I don't even know what happened to that guy. I don't know if he's still alive or he just quit YouTube, or I haven't never seen him around since, unless he's under a different channel name. Are you still planning on some land in? Yeah, somewhere down there would be nice. I wouldn't mind having land in Slidell, or somewhere in Louisiana. Let's see. He died. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. Tucker, I don't know what happened to Tucker. I really don't know. Some of these people, Quinn. I didn't know that he died. That Dave the Fisherman died. Tucker ended up in jail. Okay. Huh. Hunt Coyote says, you ever try when logging my carved wood? No, I've never done any of that carving with a chainsaw. That takes a lot of skill. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't do something, but no, I never got into the carving like that. I know what you're talking about. That's a special learning how to do that. You got to get the notches just right and everything. Yeah. No, I haven't got into that. Let's see here. Those were the old days. Now, all gone. Yeah, I know it. There's so many people that were on here that are not here anymore. You know? And, like I said, they did it for a while. And then they went belly up. You know, I've gone off for a while, but I never said I quit. I never got up here and said I'm gonna quit. I just had other stuff going on. I kept the channels up. I didn't delete my channel. I kept the channels up. I just didn't show up for a while. But I'm still around. Things are still good. I still got my health. One of the main things, no matter how you live or where you live, is if you got your health. And my health is still pretty decent. You know? That's one of the biggest key players. I can tell you that. Those were the old days. Yeah. Do you still have contact with Mr. Big Wheel? No. No, I don't have any contact with him. At all. He made a video on his little Facebook a while back, and then he took it down, but I ain't forgot it. He was bashing my father and I've told you guys this now about 3 times, 4 or 5 times, maybe 5 times. He just went out and bashed my father. He doesn't even know my father. And bashing me as well. And that's over now. There ain't no coming back after that. I don't care if he lives in a van or how he lives. If that motherfucker was starving to death in the street, I wouldn't help him. I wouldn't help him. You know, I took him back about 4 or 5 times. About 4 or 5 times. Stupid on me. Stupid on me. And then this last time around, he ain't coming back. He go do his thing, I'll do mine. And he's not a trustworthy person. He'll stab you in the back. He will stab you in the back. You better believe it. You know, I don't need people like that. I don't need people like that. I want decent people like Cobra John, Quinn, John Langford, and the rest of you people. I want decent people. I don't want backstabbers or people that you can't trust. You know? And he falls in the category, and I tried to help the guy out because you know what? He lived in a van like me, same kind of van when he had his other van, and you know, but he's not cool. He's not cool because he lies a lot and he tries to stir up trouble. Yeah, he tries to stir up trouble all the time. And then he looks you up and tries to get all the information on you, and he tries to give it out to a bunch of trolls. So he's not a good person. He's really a bad person. He's basically the wolf in the sheep's clothing. There's a whole crew of them. There's the Tasha Teelings. There's the Elvis Travels. This is fucking motherfucker from New Jersey that lives in Minnesota right now. That fucking prick. Stalker. There's a bunch of them. But you know what? I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I'm still here. But that burns their ass up, don't it? So. Yeah. No, I don't know what happened to Kitten Cat. Kitten Cat don't come around anymore. And I hope Kitten Cat's alright. But I don't see that person anymore. And I haven't done anything to them either. So. No, ever been anyone other than me. Yeah. Yeah, that's Cobra John. It's not Kitten Cat. That's not, no. Let's see here. Coates, what do you think about DeWalt? So some of the DeWalt stuff's alright. I don't have any DeWalt tools, but I'm not gonna put DeWalt tools down. Some of their stuff's pretty good. Yeah, some of their 12 volt cutoff saw, and they got some other stuff that I know about that is pretty decent. And their drills and stuff, and you know, I just went with Milwaukee, but doesn't mean that DeWalt's not bad. And Makita, it's another one. I can't afford to have them all, so I had to pick one of the 3. I had 3 of them looking me in the face. I had Makita. I had DeWalt and Milwaukee, the 3 big names. And I looked at them all, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go with the Milwaukee. And that's the choice I made, and that's the choice I'll have to live with. I can't buy them all. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I can't buy them all. I couldn't use them all anyways. But I've been very, very, and I mean very happy with Milwaukee. I have not one bad thing to say about that company and their tools. Their little vacuum cleaner I use a lot. Their little 12 volt blower. Like if I'm parked somewhere where there's a tree and the leaves shed all over it, I'll go out and grab my 12 volt leaf blower and blow that shit right off the hood of my truck. Pop in a 5 amp hour high output battery. You better believe it. Or if I go down to the car wash and I don't want to burn up all my paper towels, After it comes out, it's wet, I'll blow all the water off it. I use them tools a lot, and the light, that light has been a lifesaver. And the radio, I listen to the radio a lot in my van. I'll pick up this radio, and I'll put it on Bluetooth. Right here. I'll pick this up right here, and I'll put it on the Bluetooth. It runs by the battery right there. Take this little battery out right here. Got a 5 in it right now, right there. And you just put it right back in like so. And I don't need an extension cord. I don't need a power thing. I can just plug it in and snap it back in. And I listen to the Bluetooth. It's a radio. It's the Bluetooth. It's a charging. It can charge M12 batteries. It's the best one right here. Right there. And I use this a lot. I listen to the radio a lot. Yeah, I like the radio. It's one of the tools I use a lot. Super Cereal, thanks for coming in. I still have my Skill 77 arm drive. Yeah, those old Skills, man, them things were a beast. Yep. Let's see, Ace Carson says, yeah, a lot of them are gone. Yeah. DeWalt is owned by Black & Decker. I didn't know that. I didn't know DeWalt was owned by them. Yeah, I didn't know that. Let's see here. Cotton Coyote says, leaf blower help start fire like a flame torch. Yeah. I'm not starting any fires. I just use it when I go to the car wash sometimes. Like I go down and wash my van, and I just blow all the water off it instead of wiping it all down. Or sometimes, like I said, I'll park where there's a tree, a oak tree or a maple tree, and the leaves will shed. And I'll go out there and I'll blow them right off. That thing's got pretty good power. For a 12 volt, you put one of those five high outputs in it, man, that thing's got some blow. That thing will blow pretty good. I'm telling you. The worm drive. I haven't seen one of them. Yeah, them are the old ones. You know, Cobra John's got a lot of great tools, and he knows a lot about tools. You know, Klein, I got a Klein power strip. Man, the thing works great. Like I'll plug in like 4 chargers, M12 chargers on it. I could charge up 4 batteries, dead batteries off the power strip. It's a heavy duty one too. It's got a magnet on it. It's got all the safety features. If something was to overheat or anything, I paid $50 for that. It's by Klein Tools. It's a power strip, and it's got a light on it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But I've got the M12 drills. I've got the installational driver. That's a really handy one. Their saws. I've got a lot of the M12 tools. I'm in the M12 series. They got the M18 and they got the M12, and the M18's bigger, but it's more bulkier, and the M12 is more compact. It's got some pretty good power too, but it's more compact. And that's all I really need is the M12. You know, I get by with most doing anything I want to do. And I got the grease gun too. Yeah, that grease gun. When I do my next oil change and I have to grease underneath the chassis, that's gonna work out real nice, handy. Instead of trying to put the grease fitting on and pumping the handle, all I gotta do is press the button now. Press the button, and it'll pump that grease right out. I've got the caulking gun. The caulking gun for up on the roof. Once I go up there this summer, and I get some Dicor self-leveling sealant up on the roof and around the windows, we'll be using the Milwaukee M12 caulking gun. That's right. With Dicor. So yeah, it's good to have all these tools. I mean, you're going to use them. Some you use more than others, but you know, you're going to end up using them. You know, if you do your own thing, you do your own stuff, you're gonna use them. Yep. But you know, some people out there don't have those skills, or they want somebody else to do it for them. And I try to do as much myself, because you know what? If you have to keep paying people to do all your work for you, then you're gonna run out of money. So it's cheaper in the long run to buy the tools, learn how to use them, and do it yourself. You know. So I know it is, and you can look it up. You can think about it any way you want, but it still is, definitely. But yeah, you know, I mean, a lot of things are easy to fix, and some things are not easy to fix. It depends on what it is. You might be all day in the parking lot trying to fix something. If you have a breakdown or something, you don't know, or it might be an easy fix. You never know. You know, there's a lot of tools you'll need, you know, and it's good to have them. You might not use them all the time, but it's good to have them when you need them. You're going to need them. And a lot of common things to wear out is you're going to be starters, brakes, hoses, belts, water pumps, ball joints, you know, muffler systems. Brake line could break. Anything. Could be anything. Yeah. So, you know, another thing, like being in the city areas, there's always an auto part, and there's usually always more than one auto parts store. So, you know, if you're way out somewhere and something broke down, well, maybe if you don't have another set of wheels, it's going to be hard to get to the store to get the parts. And that's another thing to take into consideration. That's why I always kind of lived in a city area. It might not be a big city, but in the city areas. Let's see. The tough one is the exhaust manifold. Yeah, them are tough, because getting those suckers out, they always break, because they're always like rusted and deteriorated, and they always want to break. So getting them out, they got special tools for those. Now I got some of those too. Those easy out, the outs where you screw them, the spline distractors, where you drill into them and you screw into them, and you got to get them out. They screw them out that way. They call them spline extractors. It's for stuff just like that. And take my Dremel tool by Milwaukee and just cut them right off flush. Just cut the bolts right off flush. Then drill into them and use a spline extractor and get them out. Yeah, they're not easy. They're a son of a gun. Let's see here. Cobra John says, I still have all my tools from high school. That was way back. Wow, that's a long time ago. Yeah, tools will last a long time. And actually, probably the tools that you got were the better made tools. Because a lot of them old tools, better steel, better quality. You got the good stuff, you know. And there's you can still buy good tools, but you're gonna pay for it. And if you go to Walmart, or you go with cheap tools like Pittsburgh, or any of these cheap China stuff, it's just junk. All American made, yeah. 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 The Craftsman was top of the line. Craftsman tools was top of the line when they were made in America. And after 2005, or was it 2006, China now they're made in China. Then it started out, but back in the 90s and the 1980s, 80s and 90s, Craftsman tools was top notch. You go to Sears and buy your tool sets and stuff. They were top notch. Did you get that second gas tank working? No, I never did. That's another thing I got to do. I never did. Because I spent all my money on tools, and I had enough money left over to fix that. But I'm going to get that. I'm going to try to get that this summer. I'm going to get it. I'm going to try to get it. Because I got pretty much tools, what I need for tools. And I just didn't have enough money to keep buying everything. So I'm still working on one tank, but that's going to change. I'm going to get that tank off. I'm going to get it off. And if the straps don't want to come off, I'll cut them straps off. I got tools that will cut them off. I'll buy all new straps, new bolts. I'll buy it all. I don't care. Let's see. Gnome, thanks for coming in. My Craftsman ratchets are still working after being used as professional for over 50 years. Yeah. Yeah, those old Craftsman ratchets were made in the United States. They're made in America. Them are the best. They were really good. Then, like I said, it was around 2006, 2005 that Craftsman tools are made in China now. If you go to Lowe's and you look on, they're made in China. I mean, a lot of tools are now, but Taiwan is actually a better quality. Taiwan actually makes better quality tools than China. Not everything in China is bad, but a lot of it is. It's just cheap junk. But Taiwan is actually they make better quality stuff. I'm not saying better than the United States, but better than China. I'll say that. You better believe it. But the other, if you go cheap, it's not worth it. It's worth spending a little extra money and buying, like, if you're just starting out, I would go with Icon or Milwaukee. And those companies are not going to let you down. Good stuff. And Quinn is not bad. They actually, for what you're paying, for what you're getting, they're not bad. They're really not. And lifetime warranty, so if something happens, you take it back to Harbor Freight Tool, they're going to make it. I lost the live stream there, guys. My connection went out. I lost the stream. Sorry about that. Yeah, I lost the signal. They kicked me off, I guess. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I just wanted to stop in for a little while. My battery's down to 40%. But I just wanted to stop in and thank you guys for coming in and watching my channel. Chit chat about whatever, whether it's tools or whatever. But I did lose the signal there. So, but I'm going to get out of here. And I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm just going to get out of here. But I do appreciate you guys coming in. And that's about all